moderating of the 15-minute of the 15 and 30 and 1 hour shift of structure to continue with the higher continue with the higher time frames. All right, does this make any sense? Is it clear? Is it not what I've been saying for 2 weeks, but now it's simple because it literally tells you, like, it's everything I've been saying for 2 weeks, but now it's just a step. Like, you got to do, like, there's levels to this shit. So now this is the next level. So now that we have a higher low, what do we have to do? We are starting to create, after we are starting to create a potential higher low, lower high, we are in constant moderation of 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour shift of structure to continue with the higher time frame. Which time frame is the correct one, you may ask? Whichever one makes the most sense and looks the cleanest. There's no right or wrong answer. There is no magic time frame. There is no nothing. It's just the one that I'm gonna get this as a poster. Yes, so whichever one makes the most sense and looks the cleanest. For my personal self, I like the 30-minute. There's times where it's the 1 hour. There's times where it's the 15-minute. But it's really, you only got to pick from 3. That's really it. Like, there's more. There's the 5-minute, 3-minute, 1 minute, 30 second, all this crazy shit. All you got to do is pick from these 3. I've shortened it down to that. You just pick whichever one makes the most sense. Simple, right? Is this clear? Does this make sense? Just, you guys notice how easier it gets. Bro, why did I not think of this from the beginning, man? This is crazy. These boxes are like helping a lot. Like, this is crazy. So now, what do we do? What do we do now in step 4? Exactly what it says right here, right? If we're waiting for a higher low, now we are after recreating a potential higher low, lower high, we're in constant moderating the 15, 30-minute, 1 hour time frame. So that's exactly what we're gonna go do. We're gonna go down to the 30 time frame and we're gonna monitor when it's gonna go from bearish to bullish. So that's exactly what we're here for. As you guys can see, as of right now, whatever, we are creating a lower low. So we'll mark this as a lower high right here. And then we will mark this as a lower low. Why is there a gap? I have no idea. Probably like these replay things. I'm telling you, the replay thing is just out of whack. That's why I don't like backtesting. Like, I just don't like it. So here you have this. Oh, what do we do now? Oh, Cameron is like, oh shit. Mandy was like, oh, the time is here. All right, so what do we have? The strategy. It's here. So now comes the final step, the moment we have all been waiting for. Final step, which is 5. Final step 5, yeah, right? Okay. So once we get the shift of structure on 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, looks cleaner. We now look for an engulfing. What the hell, man? My spelling. Look for an engulfing on the 1 hour 2 hour, 4 hour, whichever looks the cleanest and cool. Does this make sense? Is this simple? So after we get the shift of structure on the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, whichever one looks cleaner, we now look for an engulfing on the 1 hour, 2 hour, or 4 hour. So we noticed we looked for the shift of structure here, and now we look for the entries here, and we're buying at these time frames. It's very simple. You guys have seen how each time frame has a purpose and how we go back and forth. I swear, yeah, literally, if I ever do another boot camp, like this is just like, this is it. Like this is literally it. So after we now do the shift of structure, then we're gonna look for an engulfing on the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, wherever it looks cleaner. Obviously, the strongest confirmation, the higher the time frame, the stronger the confirmation. Simple. You guys have any questions? Type 1 if you get if we're all good. Can you put the steps right next to each other so I take a picture? Yeah, I got you. No worries. Like at the end, I'm gonna do everything. You'll see. And I'm gonna make this dope. I'm gonna make this better for like the future, right? So as of right now, we have the shift to structure. So now we go to whatever it says right here. This is literally the strategy. So we're just gonna follow this. Now this says go to the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, whichever looks cleaner. Okay, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. As you can tell here, technically, obviously, this is why I hate the back testing, because that's not where it is. You notice price is down here. It's not up there or whatever, right? So technically we would have an engulfing here on the 1 hour. Then we would have a bullish pin bar on the 2 hour, and then the 4 hour we would have a 4 hour pin bar. So exactly what I just said, we type up. So right here, waiting for higher low. So this is where we go to number 4, and we go 30-minute shift of structure. Then we go to number 7, which is our, after the shift of structure, what comes next, which is the final step. It is our entry signal. So here we put entry signal confirmation. After the shift of structure, our entry signal confirmation is 1 hour bullish engulfing. Oh my God, there's too many buffs. All right, so we have entry signal confirmation, 1 hour bullish engulfing, 2 hour bullish doji, 4 hour doji. Right? Again, this is just everything this market is telling me. You guys are seeing that? You guys are seeing how all of that makes sense? That, like, type 1 if it makes sense. Type if you guys have any questions. Perfect. Okay, cool. So that's it. You just set and forget. That's literally it. That's the whole entire strategy. Like, it really does not get any simpler. So now it just comes more of like tedious work, which is like, yeah, exactly. All you would bet here is just 2%. All of this is just 2%. So then this is where we just come to tedious, where not tedious. Okay. We're gonna add another step. We're getting better at this. Side note. So this is a side note. Side note for stop loss / take profit placement. Stop loss at a point where if it stop loss has to be placed at, okay, let me see how I explain this. Stop loss has to be placed. It's completely wrong. Or also at the shift of structure 15 30 1 hour with a 5 to 7 pip breathing room. All right, does this make sense? This is a side note for the stop loss. So when it comes to placing a stop loss, the stop loss has to be placed at a point where if hit, we are completely wrong. Also, at the bottom or at the top at the shift of structure. So for this example right here, we're going to go down to the 30 time frame, the 30-minute time frame. That's when we had the shift of structure. So if we were to take this trade right here, and then this were to be our trade, if this were to be the bottom of the move, 50, whatever, you add 5 pips. That is the bottom of the shift of structure. Meaning if price hits this point, we have now body closed under, where it's going to potentially create now a lower low. Does this make sense for the stop loss? We give it a 5 or 7 minute breathing room, and then this is done on the 15-30 minute whenever we get the shift of structure. Does this make sense? Very self-explanatory. Type 1 if it makes sense. This is crazy fire. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is even fire for myself, because I feel like now I'm just going to save so much time on explaining things for you guys. Like, it's fire. Could have made, yeah. Okay, perfect. So now this is where we come again for the side note. Side note for stop loss placement. So let's just do, this is going to be its own side note. Stop loss for sides. And then we're going to have stop loss, side note for take profit placement. Side note first. Okay. Side note for take profit placement. Buying at daily higher low. If buying at, we'll start from the top. Buying at weekly area of interest and aiming for weekly higher low. Is placed at, let me see how I explain this in a second. If buying at weekly area of interest and aiming for a weekly higher low. So what do I mean by that? If level the fuck up. So if we are buying at a weekly area of interest, this is weekly area of interest, and we are aiming for a weekly higher high. Aiming for a weekly higher high. Stop loss is to be placed at, take profit 1 is to be placed at previous higher high. So if you are buying here, on the weekly, this is your stop loss, your take profit 1 is at the previous higher high. Does that make sense? Is that simple? Do you guys have any questions on this? Is this how it should be explained, or take profit 1 is to be placed at higher high? I don't think it's previous higher high. It's just at higher high. Structure point. Bodies. So again, this is telling you right here, if buying at weekly area of interest, your take profit is at the weekly. This is a side note. And again, same thing for here. If buying at a daily area of interest and aiming for a daily higher high, take profit is to be at the structure point.